the speech to be delivered face to face, not through a note, not through the internet.
Yeah. So like you said, it can't be done over the internet. Yeah, it can't be
and
seen
again,
as
the general thing is because it can be like if you're do it over the internet, but you are within like the ability to come fight them, then I think it's still considered fighting words.
What do women really want?
I don't care what they want.
What the
I
hell?
only care what they respond to. See, my focus is a little bit different.
What the hell was going on with that?
What was that?
I don't even know. Like, shoot, it wasn't even showing me the short that I was playing, so it was a slight glitch on the page. But
all it said was, "What do women want? I don't even know what I want." What? I'm sorry. Half the time, I don't know what I want to eat, but like, otherwise, I know what I want. I'll sit there and I'll stare at the fridge, like, yeah, all this food looks good. I want to eat it all.
Can I take a shot at what you want? Happiness, security, peace. Same thing everybody wants. There's no difference in what men and women want. It's just like how some people go about things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're talking about relationship wise, I do think that they want two different things, but that's a whole nother conversation. We'll focus on relationship and dating another time. But all right, though. Now, let's see here. I do want to get over here to CNN. What do I say? Well, actually, though, now that I've gotten through all of Sid's videos, you know, I could sit here and say that, yeah, not all these are clear-cut examples of ICE being overly aggressive. That last one, though, I'm not even going to lie to you. Yeah, him spraying him on the ground while he was already on the – while him spraying him on the ground when he was basically detained and can't do anything, that was unnecessary. So, I mean, I'm not supporting that. But the other two?
Yeah, so the last one I think is excessive violence. The one that we saw before that was – I don't really – I genuinely don't know what that was there.
Bad communication.
Yeah, I have to look at that further, especially if there is like mental illness involved in there, because they're like we at some point in time we have to like understand that like the people who are trained need to be the ones who are the ones taking the responsibility of things, right? Like, so like you understand that like if a manager is over like a McDonald's, that manager's job to make sure all these different foods and stuff come out. Like, you're not going to get mad at the cashier because they didn't have fries, right? But you can get mad at the manager because that's their job, is to make sure that they have fries, right? So like people in responsible positions need to be held to responsibility. And that's been my position this whole time, right? Like the ICE officers did not actually follow proper procedure in the Renee Good situation. They should have pulled up behind her vehicle instead of in front of her, to be able to then get out into a death zone, right? That is always considered a death zone. By that point, they've already done two things that's absolutely like, by policy, they should have already been fired. Right? Like, can we at least agree on that they pulled in front of a vehicle and then stepped out into a fucking death zone? Sorry.
Whoa. No, actually, no, we cannot, because when Renee Good moved her car backwards, she put that ICE officer in that space.
No. Before that.
Wait, when he circled the car?
Whenever he got in front of the vehicle.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. No, the only reason he was in front of that vehicle is because Renee Good pulled out and put him in front of that vehicle.
No, I am arguing before that. No, before that ever happens, whenever the police officers, the quote unquote police officers, ignore all training and pull in front of her vehicle instead of behind her vehicle, like all training requires. Then they get.
Well, hold on, you talking about the Renee Good shooting?
Yes.
Yeah, but bro, nobody was no officer pulled in front of her. If anything, an officer pulled to the side of her.
Did. Yeah,
no, they didn't. How the hell she drive? Bro, if they was in front of her, then she wouldn't be able to drive forward.
You're gonna tell me they didn't pull around 3/4 around her vehicle instead of just getting
from the back
end of the vehicle? Yes, that is textbook policy. That is against policy. You don't do that.
Whoa. But hold on, dog. But guess what else is against the law? You can't park your car. You can't park your car sideways in the middle of the street, honking the horn obsessively. That's why they came behind her vehicle and then pulled off to the side of her. and she was, and they was in their ice van. I mean, in their ice cars or whatever. Like, bro, you're allowed to do that.
You are putting the people who aren't trained over the people who are trained. You're like, oh, we're gonna hold them to this super high standard, even though they're not trained in any sort of methods. But these ICE officers who are trained supposedly in all these different methods completely ignore their training, and then you're like, okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. He walked directly.
No, he didn't ignore his training.
No. So, hold on. So, right quick. Not the officer who got hit, but the other officer, the first one to come over to Renee Good's like driver's side window, the one that was like videoing her beforehand, right? He walked in front of her vehicle, which is textbook against policy, because you don't do that, because you put yourself in harm's way. And then his other buddy then did the exact same thing, walking in front of the passenger side light and then getting in front of the vehicle. They both did things that were textbook against policy. They should have been off of any case before they ever got to shooting her.
You're wrong. You're completely wrong. You're completely wrong, my friend. Like, if you want to talk about the first time he went around that vehicle, I'm be real with you, that's a stationary vehicle, and he was just recording. She was just recording her. Like, let's just be honest. He was allowed to go around that vehicle and record. Now, here's the thing, though. When he moved across, now when those officers came up and told her to get out the car, and she didn't listen, then they put their hand inside the car trying to get her out, and she pulled out while the officer's hand was still in the car. That's what put the ICE officer in front of the car.
Are you listening to a single thing I'm saying?
Bro, are you? I'm trying, bro. I don't even think you were talking about the same footage at a certain point.
Their SUV pulling 3/4 of the way in front of Renee Good's SUV, and then the first officer steps out, walks in front of Renee Good's freaking vehicle. Then the second officer steps out, walks in front of Renee Good's vehicle, and then the shooting happens.
Hold on, there was no second officer in front of Renee Good's vehicle.
Play the video.
Like, bro, when I tell you, I literally have all the footage here. Like, bro, we could go ahead and go through it. I mean, I'll tell you this right now. Like, this is 3 minutes before the shooting. Right? Let's go over to what Renee Good is doing. I mean, is that okay to be right in the middle of the road, honking a horn obsessively, blocking off an entire lane? Okay, great. I know we got that down. Fantastic. But we're going to look for the second ICE officer that you were talking about. Because there is none. There's only that one officer, Jonathan Ross. This is 3 minutes leading up before the shooting. Now, let me go to the part where Jonathan Ross actually drive behind her car, so we can actually get to see what's really going on here. That's still Renee Good honking the horn in the middle of the road.
Here comes the death of a vehicle.
That's disturbing the peace.
They're walking up to go talk to her.
Oh, again, I'm not saying anything.
And here it is. No, nobody now. Renee Good still.
Okay, yeah, no, I got you 100%. You ready? So do you see where she is, where the vehicle is?
Yeah.
Everything past this tree on your right side, that officer should never go past.
That's, bro, come on now. That's not how it works.
That is how that works. That's how the policy works, my guy. This is
so
you're
telling me an officer can't drive behind you?
They were not behind her.
They were behind her when they came, bro. All right, look, because I'm gonna go ahead and this is it. This is the vehicle right here. This is
they should stop right there. No, pause.
No, I got you.
Stop right there.
Right here.
That's where they should
right
stop.
there. So this
they should not move any further forward. That past that is death. That is death for any. That officer could have been rammed into right then. That's death, dude. That is death.
Bro, they're allowed to move behind a car. Like, bro, they move behind a car to get on her side. A stationary car in the middle of the road. Bro, hold on, bro. Basically, you're saying that, like, really nobody can get past her because it's all a death trap. Because, I mean, not even the citizens could that could be a death trap for them as well?
I'm telling you that the officers.
So hold on, you're basically saying that she was basically out there to be a death trap for police officers or the law or ICE enforcement, but not the neighbors. You know, no, because you gotta hold that same standard to the people as well. I mean, those people who are passing past her are also in danger as well.
Citizens, they are citizens. They are regular.
So that means she's out there to what? Actually, she's out there to only be a danger for law enforcement.
I do not hold citizens to the same standard as law enforcement. No, I will never do that.
I mean, bro, I'm not holding them to the same standard. I'm saying that the same risk is there.
I hold a higher standard to law enforcement. This is why I'm talking about.
No, this is not a standard. This is an assessment of risk. No, because both the officers and the citizens passing her were at the same risk level then, being in front and the back of the car, because that wasn't the only people that went around her. I mean, bro, let's be honest here. He's allowed to do that. They are trained, bro. They're ex-law enforcement and vets. They're been trained.
The random citizens going around her?
No, bro. I'm talking about the ICE officers that arrested her. The random citizens that arrested her. No, the random citizens that passed by her. If you're saying that, it's dangerous for the ICE officer to cross them, then I mean, why the hell is it okay for the citizens to?
The citizens are not trained in deadly
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Then the citizens should stay still too, since this is such a dangerous thing to pass by your logic.
Yes,
if officers can't even pass it, then why should citizens pass by her if this is the same in danger of being rammed?
Citizens aren't trained, and these, like, I'm going to call it like it is, these asshats have been trained. At least supposedly, but they ignore that training. They get in front of the vehicle, continue playing it. The dude walks in front of her vehicle, and then the other dude stations himself in the frontwards position of her vehicle.
Other dude? There is no other dude. There literally is no other dude. It was just Jonathan Roth. Like, look,
right
it's him right there. That's him. That's Jonathan Roth. He came out the vehicle that went right behind her. That's now parked on the side of her.
Continue the video.
Now parked on the side of her, and he's going around the vehicle.
Continue the video.
There's the girlfriend right there getting in his face.
Yep.
She's moving the car, telling other people to go over. So I'm just being real with you. So I mean, he's in danger too? I mean,
yes, he is. He is 100% in danger.
Fair.
But he is not trained to not be in danger.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing though. So the people who are trained to be in danger, they're the ones that got to handle the danger. So it only makes sense that the ICE officer would have to go out there and handle it.
Which means they need to be the safest. Therefore, putting themselves into a
but here's the thing, though.
Can I cut in here?
When they came from the side and tried to take her out the car, I mean, like, well, what did you want her to do? Just ram her out of there?
Can I cut in here?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So, from an early age, I have been told that I should not go in front. If the vehicle's on, especially if it's like doing wacky stuff like what she's doing, don't go in front of or behind the vehicle because you don't know what this crazy person's going to be doing. And so I'm sorry, I don't know your name. By his logic, nobody should be around the vehicle, because if somebody like me who is taught from an early age, from like, when I'm talking early age, I'm talking about 5, 6, 7 years old. Don't go in front of this truck. Don't go behind this truck because they're parked weird and you don't know what they're going to do.
Yes. All right. And now shout out to my man Big Wave Dave, who says they are fighting against
federal
agents.
Hold on. Pause and rewind. So that dude didn't just walk directly in front of our vehicle.
No.
It's every morning.
Whoa! Directly in front of her vehicle? Like, hold on. Did you mean directly in front of her vehicle? No, bro. That is him doing this, surveillancing the vehicle. Surveillancing the vehicle.
That is directly against police policy.
Nah, I think it says against police possible to get in front of an evading vehicle.
An angle you can observe the front.
Like, no, an evading vehicle, a moving vehicle, not a stationary. I mean, they can move around a stationary vehicle.
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
Is
they
if the
can.
vehicle is on, which it is, you are trained to not
Yeah,
be
but
in
if they,
front of that vehicle in any way.
but let's be
So-
honest though, because remember when she was told to get it, look, the first time
Yes or
he's in
no, is
front
that
of the
doing in
vehicle,
front of
he's
the
allowed
vehicle?
to do that.
Question,
He's allowed
yes or no,
to.
is that
He
doing in
has
front
to
of the
gather
vehicle?
information. Now, the second
Yes or
time he was
no,
put in front of the
just answer
vehicle,
the
that was
question,
because she
Ted.
moved back and put
Just
him in
answer
front of
the
the
question.
vehicle.
Just answer the question. Is that dude in front of her vehicle right now?
Right now, of course, yes.
Yes. Okay. So and then so
But
he then
here's the
goes
thing
over
though,
to
you're misquoting the
pause
rule book
1
here.
second. No, 1 second. Just 1 second. Let me get the follow up in here. And so then he walks over to her side of her vehicle, right? That's officer number 1 in front of her vehicle. Now, then Jonathan Ross then does the same, but doesn't get fully
No, this
across.
is Jonathan Ross. This is
That's-
Jonathan Ross. There is no second guy.
Okay,
This is
go ahead.
Jonathan. Bro,
Continue.
Jonathan Ross was the only person that circled her vehicle. Only person. They like, unless you're talking about the other 3 ICE officers that tried to tell her to get out the vehicle and walked up. That like, unless you're talking about them, the only person that was around that vehicle at that time is Jonathan Ross. There is no other ICE officer.
There was. It may have been a different angle, but there
Where?
was 100% 2 different ICE officers who walked in front of her vehicle.
3 different ICE officers, bro. There was only one. There's only one ICE officer.
I said 2, not 3. But
Oh, my bad. There's only one,
definitely
not even 2, just one. It's only this
No,
guy
there
right
was-
here,
there was
Jonathan
definitely-
Ross. That's it. Only him. And you're gonna see he was the only person. You can see the other ICE officers on the other side telling her to get out.
Okay.
Handed in the car. Wife tells her to drive. She pulls back on the car. Think about it. She goes in reverse and puts him in front of the vehicle. And
there's
let's not
actually
forget,
someone behind her car.
she
After
was
he's already put
given
himself in front of the
orders. She was
vehicle
given orders
once,
to get
right?
out the vehicle.
So let's
times.
just take a second officer out of it. How about that? We'll just
All
say that Jonathan Ross himself walked in front of her vehicle on multiple occasions. Correct?
Well, one occasion, yes. One occasion, and then the one where she put him in the line of fire, yeah. Or line of the vehicle.
Is he past the B line?
Is he like when it was stationary? I mean, yeah, sure.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right here is he past the B line.
Past the B line? Yeah,
Yes,
bro. I'm already giving to you that
he's
he
past the
walked
B-line.
around that car when it
Therefore,
was
he doesn't need to be
stationary.
there. Therefore, he doesn't need to be there.
Actually, he kind of does. He needs to surveil it. He needs to actually mark them down and all that because they're planning to arrest her because they gave her a
You don't
warning. She ignored
understand
said
what
warning,
the actual
and that's why
policy
he went around and
stop
recorded the
signs.
vehicle, license plate, and all that. But you're
do
taking
not
out what you're
understand the
taking
policy
out
on
what he
how-
was doing during that entire moment.
I am telling you that if
Mhm.
even if it was just him who went around the vehicle multiple times, he is obviously doing something that is against the policy of every known police agency. You do not go in front of a vehicle for any reason if it is in operation. If the vehicle is on, you do not go in front of it. The only reason that you would put your quote unquote vehicle in danger is if you are attempting a box maneuver. And even then, that is very dangerous and almost never used except for in instances where the car is already stationary. And you need multiple vehicles, not one.
Now, let me go ahead and read this out for you. All right. So officers may also pull in front or besides a vehicle for an investigative detention. They can also order drivers out of the car for safety during the stop. So here's the full layout too. Police can legally turn around, stop a car if they have a reasonable suspicion of a traffic violation or criminal activity. Officers may also pull in front of or besides a vehicle for investigative detention. So, I mean, well, bro, you're wrong. They can, and actually, here's the thing: he did pull inside. He went to the back of her to not obstruct traffic and pull to the side of her, which he can do.
So
Like
you're telling me
literally, like bro, it's right here. It's right here.
So you're telling me that the B-line policy is complete BS,
bro.
Just
You're
look at the
talking
B-line
about
policy.
in terms of a moving car.
No, the B-line policy is during a traffic stop. The B-line policy is during a traffic stop. Just look it up.
Bro, officers may also pull in front or besides a vehicle for investigative detention. So, I mean,
that's great. Now look up B-line policy.
Bro, look, I'm sorry, but bro,
Just type it.
this is my point
literally a
right
few
here.
words.
You said that they couldn't do it, and they
literally-
can. But I got
It's
you. But I got
literally
you.
a few words.
All right, beeline policy. Don't worry, I got you, brother. I'll be fair. Let's see here. Beeline policy. Well, I mean, that didn't work out the way I did because I got a strategic UK wide network, but I got you. Beeline policy, police. Whoops. Policy. All right, here it is. The thin blue line symbol in police. This represents the concept of a police officer line between. Oh wow. Okay, so
I got you.
Yeah, blue line policy.
No, it's
Zip it and back up.
All right.
Back up.
Oh,
I know,
so,
Loki.
but hold on now. Let me go ahead and read my man Big Wave Dave super chat. He said they are fighting against federal agents trying to get criminals out of this country, Sid. Her dumbass decided a criminal was more important than federal agents. Dumbass. And that's it. I mean, no, that's shout out to my man Big Wave Dave. And then shout out to my man Sid donating to get the panel's reaction to the New York Times analyst I sent in Discord. I already got it up for you. And shout out Big Wave Dave coming in again. He said, okay, so again, they were there to get rid of a criminal. This woman wanted to block federal agents from doing their job. When did that become okay? No one bitch when Obama did it. Now all of a sudden this is a problem. Thanks to Dems making so. I mean, yeah. And Sid is incessantly. Wait, Todd ED. Not really too sure what that means, but I do also want to get that reaction to what Sid was talking about as I look up the beeline policy, because I mean, go lie, bro.
Yeah,
Like
so it's called different things at different places.
Okay.
Mitigation zone awareness. Officers are trained to identify and avoid standing in the quote unquote danger zone directly behind or in front of the suspect vehicle. This area offers no protection from passing traffic or sudden vehicle movement. And I'm going to link it for you because I apparently can through here. So just give me 1 second.
But then we got this right here that says officer may also pull in front or besides a vehicle for investigative detention. So yeah, I mean, they can order drivers out of the vehicle, which they did order Renee Good out of the vehicle. She did ignore that, by the way.
No. Again, I'm not arguing quote unquote for Renee Good. This is
you're arguing on how the ICE officers weren't following their training.
Yes, what they're actually doing and what they're not doing based off of actual policy. They could have just been so safe and arrested her later for doing the exact same thing. That is just facts. Because they obviously, if he walked around her vehicle, as we saw in the video, he already has their plates. The lady is still standing there, right? The other one that's apparently their partner. It's not like they can get very far away, right? Like, what is the actual reasoning besides I was generally in front of the vehicle because I passed by the front of it twice now. To actually be in that line of fire. Like, what's the reasoning for the shot? No, nothing. There's no
I know. Well, actually, there is a reasoning for the shot. You're kind of missing it because when she pulled out and turned in his direction, in his perception, it looks like the car was coming at him. So he made a hasty decision and decided to shoot.
Yeah, and again, that's what I'm saying is just absolutely abhorrent. Like, we need to hold the people who are trained to a much higher standard than we hold.
All right. So, and here's also, yes, law enforcement officers can legally walk around a vehicle during a lawful traffic stop. And this is not considered an unlawful search or under the Fourth Amendment. Officers may look through windows.
I was calling it the wrong thing. It's called the B pillar. Right, so officers are trained to use the B pillar, the vertical pillar behind the front door window, as a no-go point during traffic stops to maximize safety and tactical advantage. This technique is designed to prevent officers from walking into a quote-unquote kill zone or a quote-unquote fatal funnel and keep them behind the driver's peripheral vision. They have a no cross rule Officers are taught to never walk past the B pillar of a suspect vehicle when approaching on the driver's side. They also have force position by stopping at or behind the B pillar. Officer forces the driver to turn around in their seat to see the officer rather than allowing the driver to look directly at them or easily turn to attack. But again, these are all policies that every single police academy adopts because they are safe practices. And these guys were not following safe practices. They were putting themselves in harm's danger, specifically Jonathan Ross.
I'm gonna have to look up the details on that because according to what everybody else is saying, a police officer can legally walk around your vehicle during a lawful traffic stop. And let's say that was a traffic stop right there. They're saying, all right, cool, you can't go nowhere. We're gonna wait till ICE pulls up, and she tried to ride off during a traffic stop. So if it's a lawful traffic stop, then he actually is allowed to go around that vehicle. And she tried to pull off during the lawful traffic stop after she was told to get out the vehicle. So I'm gonna be real with you. She kind of put herself in there.
Hey, can I jump in here real quick?
Go ahead.
So I'm guessing neither one of you have been pulled over by multiple police before, profiled or anything like that.
I have.
Yeah, so many times.
So it's happened to me more than once. My uncle lives out in the ghetto. I'm white as Casper. But anyways, each time that I've been pulled over I've been put into a gone into a parking lot. I've had officers behind me and on either side of me and in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
They have consistently crossed in front of the vehicle while they were investigating it. And yes, I've been pulled out of the car before. Everything they did with Renee is everything I went through the 3 times that it happened to me. And there was at least no less than 4 undercover officers around me, which are unmarked vehicles, which ICE also drives. And there was more than one ICE vehicle there. But yes, they will cross in front, they will cross in back, and they'll do it before they pull you out of the car. And the car doesn't actually have to be fully stationary either because they didn't give us time to put it in park. And it was a stick shift. So we had to ask them to put the car in park so it wouldn't roll into one of their cars.
And shout out to my man Big Wave Dave for the 2 baller alerts. About to give him the baller alert on the first one. He said they already stopped her they already stopped her though, Sid. Idiot. Like hey, if you're gonna talk to Dave, you're gonna get called idiots and a couple R words a couple times. It is what it is.
I love you, Dave.
But all right, now I do want to actually get into this video here because let's see here. Shout out to my man Sid. He went and sent this in.
I can share my screen. I got a couple of different web pages. One that is
you can share it in the private chat, and I'll be able to pull it right up, brother.
Got you. Here, let me.
And actually,
whatever y'all got to share, I'm willing to share.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah. When I went through my armed security training, that was one thing that car stationary and we're investigating something, then yes, we walk in front of the vehicle if we're on the other side to get to the driver because that's where the threat is.
You should always approach from the safest
approach carefully
location.
From the safest possible position, but get to the threat as fast as possible, which can sometimes end up being in front of the car and you make a wide turn around it.
And we're forgetting the main point here. If it's a lawful traffic stop, they can walk in front of that car. They can walk behind it, in front of it, all of that.
Again,
it's a lawful traffic stop. So if you can sit here and prove that Renee Good wasn't stopped lawfully, then you got it, Parabolic. You got it.
I'm not even saying that she wasn't stopped lawfully. That's not what I'm arguing. What I'm arguing is these guys are not following safe policy procedures.
But they are.
They are putting themselves in active danger. They are pursuing
part
people
of the job.
who don't need pursuing. No, that I swear to you that it literally says that in one of the articles in police the police, what is it? Police, American
But
police.
we also have
It says, oh, yeah, that's the danger is inherent, but we don't need to think about that. No. So routine is deadly, but those words, like many other words from the academy, are a faint echo somewhere in the back of our minds. This is especially concerning when it comes to traffic stops. Like that is it's not safe to do these things that these guys are doing. They are putting themselves in active danger. Therefore, whenever they do
yes, it is not a
actually have
traditional
threat
traffic
of
stop.
force, when they have threat of force, they have already done things that have put themselves in the line of danger. And again, this is Barnes versus Reyes, right? They have done things that put themselves in the line of danger. Therefore, everything that happens after, like the lethal force, is not justified under Barnes versus Reyes. Right. That's what it says. It says the moment of shot is not the only thing we're looking at anymore. Right. We're not just looking at. We're looking at everything that happened up to that point. And what happened up to that point was they drove past a point where it was safe to be, and then they walked in front of the vehicle multiple times. And even if you want to say that he was on the side of the vehicle, he was still past this B pillar that they are trained to not go past on traffic stops. These are all things that are actually facts.
Okay. I mean, you are missing out a couple of things. Like if it's a lawful stop, they can do so. If it's an unlawful thing, if it's not a lawful stop, and like they don't even, and this guy don't even know that he's supposed to be stopped, or this is a lawful stop, and they get in front of that vehicle, then you're right. But so that means here's the problem though. If we cannot, if Renee Good's stop was not lawful, you're right. But if it was lawful, then you're wrong. The main thing your point hangs on right now is if it was a lawful stop or not.
No, it doesn't.
It does, because if it was a lawful stop, they could walk in front, behind, and on the side.
No. It can be a lawful stop, and then they can put themselves in active danger, and the shot cannot be justified.
Well, I mean, all those things you're right about the shot, but remember though, if we're arguing about the whole him being in front of the vehicle, like remember, if it can only be seen as wrong if it wasn't a lawful traffic stop. That's the only time we can frame that as wrong.
That's not true.
That is true, because if it's a lawful stop, they're allowed to do so. Yes, law enforcement officers can legally walk around a vehicle during a lawful traffic stop. I mean, it is what it is. But all right, though, let's go ahead and get over to my man Sid's video, because I know Big Wave Dave going like show it then, but show the video then, because apparently, my man Sid got some fire for us. He says, show us, Sid, you libtard. Well, let's watch Sid's video all the way through.
This is a cell phone video filmed by the ICE agent who shot and killed Renee Good in Minneapolis. The White House press secretary said this footage reaffirmed President Trump's previous claim, based on other videos, that Miss Good, quote, didn't try to run him over, she ran him over. Out of the car. Watched in isolation, the cell phone video might look like that's the case. But when analyzed alongside other angles of the shooting, synchronized by the Times, a much more complicated picture is revealed. More footage will likely emerge, but the currently available visual evidence still shows no indication Agent Jonathan Ross got run over. The footage does provide.
Oh, and shout out to my man Jet. He sent in a Rumble rant. Appreciate the support. And you guys, you go ahead and support me on Rumble as well. Go ahead and fight the censorship on Rumble. But this all would have been a moot point if Trump just invoked the Insurrection Act sooner, because local cops can't do their jobs, and now Dems are killing themselves by putting themselves in bad situations with ICE. I mean, damn. But you ain't wrong, bro. Like. Yeah, I know. Trust me. I remember when I put out that Trump threatening the Insurrection Act clip, a lot of the guys in the comments was going like, bro, stop playing around. Like, be about it. Do it. Before it gets worse. Because, I mean, what are we waiting for? More citizens to die? What are we waiting for? An ICE officer to die before we start invoking the Insurrection Act? I mean, they're already out here vandalizing unmarked vehicles and ripping out weapons out of law enforcement's vehicles. So, like, how far else does this need to go?
Some visibility into the positioning between the agent and Miss Good's SUV and the key moments of escalation. And it establishes, frame by frame, how Agent Ross put himself in a dangerous position near her vehicle in the first place.
Just right quick, I said Barnes versus Reyes. It's Barnes versus Felix. I wanted to correct myself just right quick.
Maroon SUV in the middle of the street and begin honking and heckling. Administration officials say they were impeding and blocking immigration agents. Footage shows 11 vehicles maneuver around the SUV, including this Chevy Tahoe driven by Agent Ross. When he exits, he's already filming Miss Good's SUV, not with a body camera typical of most law enforcement, but using a cell phone in his hand. It's not clear why. The agent's footage shows his interactions with Miss Good.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you.
And her wife.
I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning.
There's verbal jabbing.
It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking citizen. You want to come at us?
We see the agent switching the phone from his right hand to his left as he heads toward the front seat of his Tahoe.
I said go get yourself some lunch, big boy.
During this time, on the other side of the SUV, 2 new agents arrive in a pickup. We see Miss Good motions them to go around her.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car.
Over the next 6 seconds,
Out of the car.
we see one agent reaching into the SUV, Miss Good starting to drive, then Agent Ross firing 3 shots. Now let's go back and analyze some of the key contested moments of the agent's cell phone video, alongside other footage to break down what happens during these critical 6 seconds. Here, the agent's cell phone footage shows he's moving directly in front of the SUV, as it's reversing and rotating towards him, initiating a 3-point turn apparently to leave. Law enforcement officers are trained to avoid doing this because it puts them in danger and often leads to the use of force against drivers. This
Crazy.
It also knows leads against force against drivers, ignoring lawful orders. It also leads force against drivers, moving your vehicle into the direction of law enforcement. Let's not pretend like she didn't walk herself into this.
Is squarely on Miss Good.
She
looks down, shifts into drive, and begins turning to the right.
That he's guilty
away
of being an idiot.
All right. I'm hearing you.
From the agent. Cut to this high angle and zoom in. We can make out the agent's body and his arm filming. We can also see at the same time he's beginning to lift his other arm. On these cameras, we can see what's happening around Agent Ross. The other agent is yelling orders and reaching into Miss Good's SUV. Her front tire spins as she continues turning right.
So you're telling me
Agent Ross is at least a few feet away from Miss Good's SUV. He does not appear to move out of the way. As the SUV rolls forward, the agent unholsters his firearm. We see in his cell phone video at this moment the camera drifting off to the left. The agent is no longer focused on filming. It's at this point in the cell phone video where it first looks and sounds like the agent's getting knocked violently. On the other camera, we can see what's happening. Here is Agent Ross aiming his gun at Miss Good. And here is his outstretched arm
as she's
leaning toward her vehicle.
And here's the wild part. Bro pulled out his gun and you still chose to move? But okay.
Cool. Which is barely visible behind the Tahoe.
Decided to move
his
forward,
phone, which is gripped in his left hand, flips over when the agent's hand lands on the front of the vehicle. There's an audible thud when it hits. The camera rotates up towards the sky. Again, while it appears the agent's getting knocked over, we can see that's not the case from the other angle, which shows he's standing with his hand near the headlight, his torso and legs away from the vehicle. In the cell phone footage, the agent's face flashes on screen, then it goes black. The other angle shows us why. We can see the agent's foot sliding, his hand bracing against the SUV, and his arm getting pressed into his chest. It is impossible to determine if this is happening because of the SUV's movement or the icy asphalt, or more likely, both. And what's very unclear because of the limited quality and availability of footage is whether the agent's upper body gets swiped by the vehicle as his left foot slides back. This moment is when Agent Ross fires. We see the other agent pull back from the SUV. Both of them stumble, apparently slipping on the ice. This is also the moment many have said looks like Agent Ross getting run over. And it does when watched at full speed. But looking more closely, we can see in multiple angles that there's a visible gap between the vehicle and his legs, indicating his feet are positioned outside the SUV's path.
He's obviously getting pushed. Hold up, bro. Don't they try to downplay it, bro? You literally heard his. You literally heard him get hit. You heard him get hit.
His angle is forward. He is pushing the phone into the car.
Bro, no. Then we just seen the car. Bro, be honest with you. Then that kind of proves that he got hit. You can actually hear him get hit in like thing, but there would have been no tup. There would have been, you'd have heard nothing if he did not get hit or there was no contact made.
All right, so I got my mouse, right? Did you hear that? Was that me getting hit or me hitting the mouse to the
That was your desk getting hit.
Exactly. That was the car getting hit by his phone, not him getting hit.
No, bro, bro, come on. Okay, so basically then, yeah, that mean he got hit. That mean, yes, he got hit to the point where his hand hit the phone.
In the line of fire.
She wasn't even supposed to be moving. It was a lawful stop.
I agree. I agree with it. She was supposed to be moving. I agree with the fact that she was holding up traffic illegally. I agree with all that. But guess what? In all of that, he did so many things wrong that by the time he shoots, he is completely unjustified.
All right. I see where you're going with it. I may disagree, but I do see where you're going with it.
The agent's left hand is still against the vehicle and gripping his phone. We see as he fires, it's recording the clouds and the trees overhead. It's not because the agent is knocked to the ground. The other angle shows he's still standing, continuing to maintain his grip on his phone and his gun, and we see a clear and growing gap between his body and the SUV as he fires a second shot and a third. None.
Oh, and sorry guys if I'm slow to read super chats. I gotta go in between like 4 different chats. But yo, Big Way Dave, don't worry, bro. I got you. I just seen your message.
Of the bullets have the effect of stopping the SUV, but they kill Renee good. According to our analysis of audio from Agent Ross's cell phone video, this is his reaction.
Fucking bitch.
And then sends a 4,000-pound bullet into the traffic.
According to a White House spokesperson, Agent Ross, quote, suffered internal bleeding after he was struck by the car.
I mean, or let her speed off into traffic through a light trying to evade ICE, and that could have got more. Actually, that could have got anybody hurt. So, I mean, both ways. She could have got somebody hurt.
Away and she sees that they're obviously not chasing her in a vehicle.
Come on now, but they were going to chase her.
That they don't have to. They already have her plates. They have her girlfriend sitting right there.
Yeah, but they're most likely going to set something up for her. And think about it. She's already skirting off, like already overreacting.
In most cases, if you already have all the information that you need to be able to get a warrant for them, you just let them go because you can then get a warrant and then go to their house and pick them up from their house.
That's true, but if you're speeding off, evading law enforcement, and it's icy roads out, I mean, it would be pretty irresponsible not to go after you because, I mean, protecting,
it would be more irresponsible to go after them.
Nah, they kind of would be because she's actually an endanger to the public.
To create a chase on icy roads is more safe than to let someone go and then get them later.
Actually, hold on. Now, her speeding off like that on icy roads could be dangerous to the people alone.
Speeding off? Dude, her foot pressed the gas when she fucking got shot.
Bruh, right? I mean, her foot would have been on the gas if she didn't get shot.
Hold on. I will agree with you all day, every day that she was moving away. Yeah, I'll agree with that. But we have no estimate as to what her speed would have been had she not gotten shot. So we can't even assume what her speed was.
True. I get that one. All right, Big Wave Dave, how's it going?
Yo, what's up, brother?
Man, it's all good, man. Hey, long time no here.
It's been a little bit. Hey, Sid.
Oh no, Sid ain't here right now, but hold on now. We're actually almost at the end of this vehicle. Video.
Shame!
Later that evening, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said that he had been treated at a local hospital and released.